From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, February the 12th, 2025. The IDF is continuing its counter-terror operation in Samaria, the West Bank, during which today the IDF said in Nur Shams in the Ephraim Brigade, Maglan unit fighters encountered terrorists who opened fire on them. The fighters killed one of the terrorists and said that an exchange of fire continued with the others, and one IDF soldier was moderately injured and taken to the hospital for treatment. The IDF said Israeli troops also seized a number of weapons. The Munich Security Conference begins this Friday, where officials from around the world will gather to debate current foreign and security policy challenges. Well, ahead of the gathering, the World Jewish Congress and European Jewish Congress called for the issue of the hostages kidnapped by terror group Hamas on October the 7th to also be on the agenda, saying we urge leaders and decision makers across governments, industry, and civil society to demand the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages still held in Gaza. The world cannot continue to cede control to the ruthless calculations of a terrorist group that thrives on human suffering, saying the past weeks have laid bare once again Hamas's true nature, brutal, deceptive, and wholly unfit to be considered an honest broker. The devastation Hamas has inflicted not only on Israeli civilians, but on the Palestinian people themselves through its decision to launch the October 7th massacre proves it has no right to govern, no legitimacy, and no place in any future for the region. It is long past time for the international community to hold Hamas fully accountable and work toward removing them from power. The 76 hostages who remain held by terror group Hamas in Gaza have now been captive for 495 days. President Trump yesterday met with King Abdullah II of Jordan at the White House, whom the White House said thanked the president for his leadership in securing the release of hostages from Gaza and a temporary pause in hostilities. The two discussed the situation in Gaza, and the White House said the president reiterated that Hamas must release all hostages, including all Americans, by Saturday, and asked for the king's assistance in ensuring that Hamas, as well as the leaders of the region, understand the severity of the situation. Well, a man who allegedly assaulted Jewish New Yorkers on Saturday has been charged with a hate crime. The incident took place in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, where the suspect approached a group of ultra-Orthodox Jewish men walking home from synagogue, coming at them with metal cutting shears, causing minor injuries to one of the men. The Times of Israel said the suspect was initially charged with 7 counts, including assault, menacing, and harassment. And then the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office said on Monday that the top count was now the hate crime charge. The American Jewish Committee today released its State of Antisemitism in America 2024 report, analyzing the impact of antisemitism during the full year following the October 7th Hamas massacre. The report found that approximately 3/4, 77% of American Jews said they feel less safe as a Jewish person in the United States because of the October 7th attacks. And just over half, 56% of American Jews reported changing their behavior over the past 12 months out of concern for their safety. A sharp increase from previous years, the AJC noted. CEO Ted Deutsch saying anti-Semitism has reached a tipping point in America, threatening the freedoms of American Jews and casting an ominous shadow across our society. Deutsch said this is an all-hands-on-deck moment for leaders across the U.S. We must act now to protect Jews and America from rising anti-Semitism. That 1/3 of American Jews have been the target of anti-Semitism in the past year should raise red flags for every American and our leaders. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, February the 12th. At 7 o'clock, David Harris speaks with Tal Becker, legal expert and peace negotiator, about his pivotal role in advancing educational initiatives on Israel and the Jewish world. At 7:30, Rabbi Ammiel Hirsch speaks to his congregation about 3 core Jewish principles and the religious and moral values that should guide the pursuit of national policies. At 8, Robert Siegel returns with his annual discussion on the latest political trends in Washington and what lies ahead for the year, with panelists Tamara Keith, Dionne Jr., and Evan Osnos. At 9, David Chudnow and Erez Ben Yosef speak about Timna Park in Israel. At 10, it's a replay of Rabbi Hirsch. At 10:30, an encore of the news. And coming up next, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, February the 12th, 2025. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.